Well, thank you all for coming, and I appreciate you being here. There is still value, I hope, in holding these weekly conferences, and again, it's one of those opportunities that I would encourage all of you to take advantage of. We don't shy away from any questions that are pertinent or anything that are important to all of you. So we are trying to be as open as we possibly can every week, and I think that's still critical with having a very open and transparent government. So we will continue to utilize these opportunities and appreciate all of you being here. I want to talk about a couple of things today. One, the airport numbers, and I want to go over these numbers with you and talk about the fact that our total passenger at Dwight D. Eisenhower International Airport was down almost 3.5% from July of 2015. So if we look at time, July of 2015 to July of 2016, we're down 3.5%. But I want to drill down and look at those numbers a little bit because I think that in itself is a little bit misleading. So keep in mind that a year ago, July, our traffic counts really soared. They were up almost 9%. So you can understand there was a big bubble at that point in time. And this July, our capacity or number of seats down, but our average load factor was at 91%, the highest it's ever been to date. So load factor, 91%. And so I think what those numbers are indicating is that we probably have a good argument that we do have more capacity. We believe that because load capacity was at 91%, we were actually turning passengers away. And so that impacts, obviously, that first number that I mentioned. Also want to mention that American added capacity in August by upgrading some of its regional jets to MD-80s on its aircraft on its route to DFW. The airline will operate the MD-80s on 3 daily round-trip flights between August 31st and October 5th. After October 5th, American Airlines will offer 1 daily MD-80 route from Wichita to DFW. American will also use a mix of their regional jets, the 50 to 76 passenger regional jets. And then note that the MD-80s have about 140 total seats and will increase seats by roughly 3% when you look at what they're bringing here. And remind you that was reported earlier that Alaska Airlines will bring their nonstop service to Seattle on April 13th of 2017. So we think there's some good news in all of that. We hope that we can continue to offer first-rate services out of what we think is one of the best airports in the country. Park and Rec, and want to get people excited about what some of the offerings are. We have the latest, greatest fall guide that's available for free in our Dillons and online. You can go online at wichita.gov/park and rec. You can also sign up for classes online, view upcoming events, and more. For our families, be sure to check out some of the great day camps and clinics for kids, including athletics, arts, crafts, and more. Park and Rec even offers boxing classes for those that want to jump on the Nico Hernandez bandwagon because it's obviously a little bit of a popular thing right now. And so I encourage you to check out this fall guide for Park and Rec. I think that they continue to do an amazing job of some great offerings and working with what the community would like to see. The last thing I'll mention today, and of course this is opening season of dove season, which is starting, and I know that we have a number of avid hunters in our community, and so I just want to encourage those in the community that are getting ready to participate in dove hunting that they bring their guns out of the summer storage and make sure that they're working good and they clean them and maybe even take them out for target practice and practice gun safety because it's an important component, and we know that we have very responsible people. Follow the proper safety techniques. Remember that discharging a firearm inside the corporate city limits is illegal, and people frown on that activity when it's illegal. But we want you to be smart, practice vigilant gun safety, and be responsible and still go out and enjoy the activity that you would enjoy. At that point in time, we'll open it up for questions. Any questions today?
Do we know when the old terminal is coming down at the airport? Is there a timetable for that?
Good question. We are starting here within the next few months. It's tearing more of that down. There's been an awful lot of work inside, taking out the asbestos. And so it's kind of like when you see road work that looks like nothing's going on, when they have to do all of the underground work. The asbestos removal is pretty time consuming. But I think we'll get back with you on what the timeline is to see that totally taken down. It's something that will continue to come down. It's a matter of the timing, getting the asbestos removed. We have our fire marshal here.
So you said the capacity was 95%.
Right, 91%.
How does that compare to last July?
Do you have the numbers? Does anyone have the numbers for last July on load capacity? I don't have those, but the only figures I've been shared is that this is all-time high for load capacity.
Okay.
But we'll get you those numbers so you can have something to compare it to.
And you said the total passenger count being down mainly due to July 2015 being unusually high. Is there any reason why that was unusually high?
Well, I'm going to attribute that to the brand new airport opening up, and there was a lot of activity with the brand new airport a year ago where there was a bit of a fascination. We know that there were people that rerouted their routes just to come through Wichita and take advantage of a new airport. And so I think that probably, I would surmise that created a little bit of a bubble. And so seeing these numbers still up from 2014 obviously is not horrible news, but understanding the other factors in there and the load capacity and some of the things that are getting ready to kick off with some new airline flights coming in still creates some optimism. Well, thank you all again for coming, and appreciate it, and understand my door is always open, and we want to take these opportunities to communicate every chance we get. So thank you all.